Three.
Hello, hi, this is Coach Moo. How do you do? I hope you had a great week. I had a great week. I also had a week where I was able to apply this word. I am excited about the word today. Today's key word is not going to be one word, it's going to be a phrase, two words. And the title and a mantra today is without fail, still prevail. So our key words for today is still prevail. And prevailing requires you, I'm going to use a football analogy of playing both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Prevailing can be defensive as well as offensive because it's the same coin in two sides. One, it's for or with. Prevailing is for or with. It is beneficial to you. It also can work against you. And that part is oppositional. So when prevailing is working for you, it's beneficial. And when it's working against you, it's oppositional. Now let's talk about the phrase that we're going to be doing. Still prevail. This is what I gathered because there were so many different definitions of prevail in the scriptures. And some of those, the four ones, the beneficial ones, are be able to benefit, help, useful, profit, advantage, be better, attain, to overcome, to be strong, be courageous. And see, here's some of the oppositional or against ones: harass, oppress, warring, make war, fighting, destructive, devour, to feed upon, to consume. So remember some of those categories and definitions. So how I see and gathered and defined still prevail means to defensively withstand the adversity of being prevailed against by offensively and strategically overcoming those attacks. That's a lot. Basically, what I'm saying is staying on course, persevering in spite of opposition, and successfully reaching your dreams, your visions, and your goals without selling or losing your soul. So still prevail is staying on course. Even though opposition is coming, you're persevering in spite of. It literally is in spite of, I still prevail. In spite of, I still prevail. And successfully reaching your dreams, your visions, your goals without selling or losing your soul. And the scriptural base that we're going to use is 1 Samuel 26:25. And the two main characters in here is David and Saul. Saul was the first king in Israel because the children of Israel no longer wanted to be ruled by a judge. They wanted a king like the other nations. And Saul's name literally means asking. David, the second king that was Saul's successor, his name means loving, King David, man after God's own heart. And so both of them had two different trajectories. And Saul, now let me read the scripture first. Then Saul said to David, "Blessed be thou." He commanded a blessing upon him. "My son, my subject. Thou both do." Do in the scripture means to accomplish, to have advantage, to get things done, to make things happen. And that's what to do in the scripture means: to get it done, to accomplish, to a point, to be at, to execute. And great things means the same thing. It's getting the job done. He says, you will both do, and you also shall still prevail. You're going to do great things. You're going to execute great things. You're apt to do it, but you still will prevail. And what that still prevail is to be able to overcome, to advance. It is saying that you have the might in spite of my attacks against you, you're still going to prevail. And that's the same for us. Many times, all kinds of opposition that come against us, we still have to persevere with God's help and His grace and His strategic understanding that He downloads to us. We have to still prevail, even in the face of adversity. Now, prevailing also, we understand, beneficial. We can overcome. We can have the advantage. We're able. We're apt. We can get it done. So the rest of it is So David went on his way. And in this scripture, went on his way means he walked, he departed, he marched, he flowed, he grew, he pursued, he went on his journey, he prospered on his way. On his way in the scripture means to his course of life, the road he traveled often, the mode of action. So he prospered on his way. He prospered on the pathway. His mannerism was prosperous, and he flowed, he grew. He was somebody that matriculated or excelled, like we talked about last week. He went from level to dimension to dimension. Unlike in the scripture where it says David went on his way, but Saul returned to his place. Saul went back to a place where he had arrested development. He went backwards. It literally means to go backwards to a spot that you originally were in, a location or condition of body and mind. So Saul stayed stuck. He was tall, he stalled, and he eventually had a mighty fall. He fell on the same day. Him and his sons died in battle in the same place. But David went on to reign in Judah and Israel for a total of 40 years. His trajectory was advancing, excelling. He grew more like a tree than a rocket. I talked to you last week about 2 different ways to grow. A rocket shoots up. That's why I said he was taller than everybody. And why did I say he was stuck? When they went to anoint him and appoint him as king, he was hiding among the stuff, literally. And he was stuck because he started to go after David and try to kill him. He hunted him down like an animal because of the fact that the women said, David has slain his tens of thousands and Saul his thousands. And that small song tripped him up and made him spend his kingship hunting David down. And David, in this scripture beforehand, in 1 Samuel 26, he literally had the opportunity to kill Saul one time when he was in the cave relieving himself. And this time here in 1 Samuel 26, he literally stood over Saul. He took his sword and he took his water jug, and he had every opportunity to kill him. He had to keep his man from killing him. So he did not lose his soul on his way up. He decided, the summary of this whole scripture is David overcame, he excelled, and still prevailed, even in the face of adversity. But Saul, he stalled, even though he was tall, and he had a mighty fall. So don't lose your soul in the midst of your trajectory. Stay on the course, even in the face of adversity. You go through things and you're advancing and as you're scaling, but stay the course, and God will bless you for that. This is Coach Moo. I'm out. Have a great day.